Look, let me go get a disclaimer right now, gang, because again, hey, look, we try to keep it 100 on the channel, but y'all know we all passionate fans up in this thing, so y'all might hear some cussing up in this thing today. We got a lot of passion floating, especially after a loss, so hey, y'all definitely need to understand that today. But hey, it is what it is. We're here to talk about it. Us and the fellas from both teams, as y'all can see, got the op on that end. We see what time it is. We got the Eagles rapping out here, so we're gonna have some fun with it today. Because again, we share a lot of difference of opinions. We on the same team, we on different teams. A lot of us have different thoughts on hey how the situations should go. So I know y'all know. I should know everybody in this thing. Because again, everybody's stuff should be in there. So without further ado, yay! Pour it up, no. Hey, you know what time it is. You know you rockin' with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Hey, we more brothers. Y'all already know. Y'all knew this right. Y'all already knew. Hit that subscribe. Hey, and they links is down below. Oh, hold on. Y'all thought what y'all forgot? Y'all thought we wasn't checking 4K out here? Hold on. There you go. Hey, listen, it's on pause. We still the last NFC East team. How about that? Still 21st century. I know we ain't gonna say so. Check out my brothers below. Hey, let's go and do introductions. Let's start with one Tre Roc. Let them know where to find you.
You already know what it is. North Philly's finest. Your boy, one Tre Roc, part of the BGN Network. 1/4 of Birds of Broad Street, 1/2 of Birds on the Line. I mean, listen, we ain't even gonna do all the cursing. We just gonna politic with these dudes today, man. Let's see where they head at. Cause I know where I head at. So let's get it.
Indeed. Hey, shit. Dallas Cowboys for life. Let them know where you at, my guy.
All right, man. What's up, man? It's your boy Sid, repping Montreal, Canada. You know, we're doing our thing out here, showing the love for the Dallas Cowboys like always, man. Keeping it real, man. Thanks for having me on, Philly.
Hey, you already know, brother. Hey, boys for life. Let them know, my guy.
It's Boys for Life. You can find me here at Boys for Life on YouTube, also on Twitter, Boys for Life 04. And I'm down here in Texas repping the Star. So thanks for having me on, man.
Man, you know it's all love again. Misery loves company. So y'all join us on this off-season couch. We're going to have some fun with it today. But again, we know there's a lot of different opinions. I apologize. I'm getting a bunch of stuff too in this chat. And I don't know, my mic might be tripping. I need to get a new cord, so I'll be getting that this weekend. It sounds like I'm far away, so my apologies, everybody. But I'll have that fixed here soon enough. So again, bear with me today. Hey, sorry if I sound like I'm in a wind tunnel, but it is what it is. So hey, salute to everybody in the chat. We see, oh my God, Jadis Young in this thing. Yes, sir. Hey, Spa City Chop. Gang, you already know what it is. Hey, Coach Dante in this thing. Big salute, my guy. We got Aaron's. Hey, I'm assuming you with the Cowboy squad. My man's so sad right now. So, again, let's go get into it. Hey, I got a question for y'all fellas. And we'll start it off. Let's start off with the Dallas side. Of course, y'all the guests in this thing. I want to know, what's your immediate thoughts after losing in the first round from Dallas? We'll start with you, Dallas, Boys for Life. I want to hear from you, and then we'll go to next to see.
After the first quarter, I was like, here we go again. I'm buzzing, and I'm pissed off at that point at the end of the first quarter. And we're already it wasn't a blowout, but I already saw this shit coming a mile away once it happened. The whole day, I'm thinking, shit, Tampa just won. The day before, all the home teams just won. I was like, man, I guarantee you, I've seen it time and time again. I guarantee you the Cowboys are going to lose at home, and then everyone else is going to win. And I saw it, and I know I placed a lot of blame at Dak's feet because he's getting paid all that money to overcome all that the O-line, the drop passes, the penalties. That's what he's getting paid to do. That's what you do that's what you pay a man to do, is to overcome that kind of stuff when you give him that kind of money. and it didn't happen. The defense gave the offense plenty of chances in the fourth quarter to make a comeback, and the offense just fell flat on their face like they've been doing since week 9. So I was just like, man, I legit stopped watching after mid fourth quarter. I turned it off and I went to bed. Like, fuck this, I'm out.
That's tough, my guy. That's tough. Hey, see, you already know immediate thoughts after losing in the first round. Let us know your thoughts, my guy.
Listen, I called it. I knew it. I called it. We even spoke on the phone before the game. Even the day before, a couple days before, I said the Dallas Cowboys are going to struggle against the 49ers, and I won't be surprised if we lost. I said it. We weren't ready. We weren't ready for the playoffs. Our offense still hasn't gelled together like they should have. But I'm not going to blame it on anybody. You can't go into a playoff game with 14 penalties and have 89 yards. You can't go into a game where you're getting sacked 5 times. You can't go into a game where our defense is blown coverage. How many times did they have over for 30, 40-yard passing? That should not be happening. Players are wide open. So for people, and you know who you are, and I'm going to call you out, for you to turn around and say Dak ain't it, Dak wasn't the problem that game. Maybe he wasn't the problem
that game, but he's been the problem.
How is he the problem? He has better stats than Aaron Rodgers. He has better stats than Josh Allen. He threw for 4,000 yards. He threw averages for over 200 yards a game, except for one game. He missed one game going into the season. So please tell me where Dak is the problem. Please, I want to know, because there's no better QB out there right now that I would want to take over Dak. Please tell me. What?
I would much rather have Josh Allen on my team. I'd rather have.
I'm talking about QBs that are available. QBs that are available. Please tell me a QB that's available out there right now that's better than Dak. Please tell me.
I'm not saying there's QBs available.
This guy broke records. This guy broke records this year. This guy came back from a major break, and you're telling me to.
What do records get you?
Doesn't matter. You say Dak ain't it. Please tell me where Dak is it. Please tell me. Please tell me what QB out there right now is better than Dak. You're out of your damn mind, guy. You're out of your damn mind.
Save that energy. We got that as a question here in a minute. We're going to talk about the Dak situation. So, I like to hear that passion again. There's a lot of passion between the fan base. Hey, Tre Roc, real quick, you answer the question below. What was your immediate thoughts as an Eagles fan? Hey, after Dallas losing in the first round, what you think?
You said Dallas or the Eagles?
No, we started with Dallas. Yeah, with immediate thoughts after Dallas losing, I guess, in the first round.
We ain't surprised about the Eagles. So.
All right, well, on some real talk, bro, we not surprised about y'all either.
I'm a Dallas fan, and I'm not. I'm a Dallas fan, and I'm not.
Hey, let my man one time get the mic. Don't let him know.
Listen, I agree with Sid. It's not a Dak Prescott problem. It is way more factors to that than this. First of all, Jerry Jones bringing Mike McCarthy in. That's the problem.
He's not. They're even talking that he's not going to be here next year already.
That's the problem. But how many times have we seen this dude call a dumb play, dumb timeout, not call a timeout in big games? It's not like this nothing new. It's nothing new.
Did you see? We went for a punt. We faked it. We were successful. Nobody knew what the fuck Dallas was doing because they still left the punting team out there. Everybody was, even the rest of commentators are like, what is going on? Right? To me, that alone, I'd be like, bro, Mike, you're fired.
And then them calling that quarterback draw with no timeouts left. I'm like, bro, in what world does that make sense? In what world does that make sense? You might as well go out on your sword and throw that football, see if y'all can make some progress. I mean, you could get out of bounds, something like that can happen, but you want to throw to the middle.
They're blaming it on the refs.
Kellen Moore is calling the plays. It has nothing to do with Mike McCarthy, right? Kellen Moore is the one calling the plays.
Mike
McCarthy maybe have, and I've said it, horrible clock management. But this is Kellen Moore, not Mike McCarthy, on calling the plays.
I understand that, but as a head coach, you're the overseer of that. So you hear that call come in just like everybody else. You can step in and overrule that, especially in that time, in that point in time. Why would you ever run a quarterback drill to the middle of the field with no timeouts left, seconds on the clock? That's typical Dallas Cowboys dumb stuff, bro.
Did you see the 3 defensive backs stacked up on the sideline, and you couldn't throw an out route or a ball? Yeah, you couldn't throw anything because you had 3 guys on each side of the field lined up by the out of bounds.
They call it quarterback draw, though. This is what you're not understanding.
And then
you know how much time that play even takes.
And then you throw the ball to the middle of the field. Same thing.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I mean, maybe you could have taken 2 shots into the end zone from where they were at.
Exactly.
You could have, but what they were trying to do, which there's no preparation, and the coaching staff is the problem. And I've said that multiple times, right? I've said that in multiple videos. My even last video was about the coaches being the problem. Kellen Moore needs to get out of here. Mike McCarthy needs to be gone because
How does Kellen Moore need to get out? Oh my God!
See, all right, let me go put my quick thoughts out here real quick because we got some of that stuff to get into also. My immediate thoughts after losing in the first round for Dallas. Listen, I'm gonna keep it simple. Dallas, y'all are who we thought y'all are. Overhyped garbage. Hey, listen, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. Look. They have got to be the national.
And Philly's better. And Philly's better. And Philly's better.
The national biggest embarrassment. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, all these false hopes, all these false expectations, year after year. Listen, all fans deserve way better than be sold these fake dreams year after year. Let's cut it out. Y'all truly got a condition in Dallas. I know what it is. It's organization manipulation. That's what it is. Y'all know, first and foremost, that it starts with your owner, your GM. He starts with hiring all these coaches. I'm not trying to hear these complaints on, all these coaches that y'all don't want now and all of this stuff. Y'all was sleeping on the McCarthy Kool-Aid when y'all first got him. Y'all was sleeping on the Kellen Moore Kool-Aid. Don't cut me out. Let me go finish my statement. Y'all was sleeping on this Kellen Moore Kool-Aid. Hey, before midway in the season. His record is 12-5. So, listen, spare me this coaching business. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I'm going to tell you right now, your fans deserve better. I don't know why y'all out there throwing bottles and got a quarterback that, in my opinion right now, he's under pressure. This man can't handle no kind of accountability because he's out here blaming it on the rest. So, a lot of dysfunction in Dallas right now. Again, we are who y'all thought y'all were. Y'all wasting talent out there in Dallas. Let's keep it a bean. But at the same time, listen, y'all are who we thought y'all were. I knew y'all was getting bounced first.
Wait. Stop.
I agree,
Stop. Before you even start looking in our backyard, look at your own and see all the problems that you guys are having. Because you guys don't even know if you're gonna. You guys don't even know if you're keeping your QB. You guys are talking about going to draft another QB already. Your coach, is he gonna be the coach next year? I don't think so. You think you're keeping that garbage coach? You think your coach is better than Mike McCarthy?
Yes, Mike McCarthy is horrible.
Okay, Mike McCarthy is horrible, but your coach is better. There's no way your coach is better than Mike McCarthy.
We're talking about a first-year coach versus a coach that's been in the league for ages. They lost in the same round. Right?
Bro, please tell me you do not. I've even heard you guys talking how your coach is trash. Please tell me. You guys have even gone live. You guys have gone live to say your coach is trash. He's not making the right calls. You're running back. We're not running the ball like we should be. You guys, our team is all is shambles right now. We don't. And now you're trying to say that your coach is better than Mike McCarthy? You got to be kidding me.
The same round or not?
It doesn't matter if we lost in the same round. Look at our stats throughout the whole season.
Our rookie
we have better stats than you guys do.
Our rookie head coach took us to the playoffs.
Let us know in the comments below. Who had a better coach of the season? Hey, it is what it is. Mike McCarthy. Would you rock with Mike McCarthy?
You're both garbage. And make garbage when you have garbage. And make garbage. Both coaches are garbage. Hands down.
Y'all won because of players, not coaching. Y'all won because y'all had talented players on your team.
Of course we do. We do have talent.
It had nothing to do with Mike McCarthy.
We have crazy talent. And I'm not yeah, exactly. Yeah, yes, Mike McCarthy still has a problem. Making the wrong calls. And you know what? And I don't care what anybody says. You cannot blame it on the refs. You know why you can't blame it on the refs? Because you shouldn't wait till the fourth quarter to try and make a fucking comeback.
Hey, you know
cannot,
what?
You cannot leave it in the refs. Don't turn around and blame it on the refs when you're calling a quarterback draw.
Your quarterback did that, though, Sid. He did that.
Yes,
he did that in the press conference.
I understand that. I totally agree. Yes, Dak did not play.
Let's go get to it real quick. Again, we already asked y'all. We were just starting to talk about how we thought about Dallas losing in the first round. Boys, we'll have kick this one off. What's your thoughts about the Eagles losing in the first round? Go ahead and kick it off, bro.
It's what I've been saying this whole time. Y'all struggle against bad teams in the first half. Your defense keeps you in it. You end up making a good play on defense, giving you short field, and then your offense comes alive. I said if you're going to do that against good teams in the playoffs, that is what you just saw on TV is what's going to happen. Jalen Hurts is only good when he's able to run using his feet. He cannot throw the ball, and we saw it. He's made tons of bad decisions while he's throwing, and I saw this coming. I actually, to be honest with you, I thought maybe it would have been a little bit of a closer game, but I knew if the Bucs were able to stop Jalen Hurts from doing those RPOs or taking off and made him use his arm, what you saw on TV was going to happen. Did I expect the Jalen Reagor stuff was going to happen? No, the fumble, I didn't expect that, and it to get a lot worse, but I did expect them to make Jalen Hurts throw the ball to beat you by throwing, and he got stopped on all fronts. So I saw this coming. I knew it was going to happen. You know, like I said, I saw both games being a fucking wash for me, man.
Hey, indeed. Let me see if I can send a link to my guy real quick.
Please send it.
Knowledge over here.
Send in 1980, please.
Yeah, we need a Cowboy fan up in here, you know, with some balance, with some understanding. Because again, I know this is passionate, and I know there's a lot going on. What's up, Sid? Go speak your mind, bro.
Okay, listen. As for the Eagles losing, I actually was rooting for you guys because I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady making it to the Super Bowl and going as far deep in the playoffs as he has. And you know what? I think that you guys realized what the mechanics and what you guys needed to do in the fourth quarter. But again, you cannot come back and start adjusting and advancing like you guys started doing in the fourth quarter. It's too late. And that's exactly what happened with Dallas. Like, both teams adjusted, but adjusted when it was too late. You know what? Jalen Hurts is talented. But who are your receivers? One receiver? In your running game, you guys don't run it when you're supposed to. So obviously, these things are the things that hurt both, not just Philly, but Dallas. It seems like we cannot adjust when we need to adjust. And when we decide to adjust and start making a difference, well, guess what? It's too late. You guys started coming back in the fourth quarter. I'm saying, all right, okay, maybe we have and then I'm like, okay, maybe we don't.
Hey, listen, real quick. If my guy 1980's in the stream, I just put the link in here. That is specifically for my guy. So, hey, if you can go ahead and jump up in here, the link's up in there. I'll go ahead and pin it for a second. But hey, again, this is specifically for 1980.
I would have sent it to him. It's all good, though.
Oh, well, there we go. If you can send a link over, we'll do it like that. All right. Yeah, so, anyways,
he'll get it. So, as for Philly, I was sad that you guys didn't make it, man. But you know what I did say? I will be mother pissed if Philly advanced and Dallas lost. Bro, I would not be on this stream right now.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you like this. All right, run Tre Roc now. You kick it off. What was your thoughts after the Eagles losing in the first round? How you feel?
I mean, I going into the game, I thought we had a better chance just based off, I mean, we was dominating dudes in the run game and stuff like that, but I feel like Todd Bowles put together a great game plan, man. He stacked the box for most of the game. So the running really wasn't an option. I mean, we could have still tried to run the football, but it would have been a long day if we tried it that way too. It's just he had a better game plan. He out schemed us, out coached us. Nick Sirianni didn't adjust well, and I mean Jalen Hurts had to hit them players when they was open, and he missed them. He missed more than often. So it's like, I mean, we lost this game to a better team, a more well coached team. We got a lot of young players that, I mean, we could reboot and go after it again. I'm not too mad. The only reason I say that about Dallas is because Dak Prescott, he approaching his 7th season. He's still making the same mistakes in big games, bro. It's like some dudes just gonna be who they are. You're gonna be one of those quarterbacks that throw for 4,000 yards a season, but you can't win big games. That's gonna be Dak Prescott's whole story. So, I mean, Jalen Hurts still got some time, but Dak Prescott gonna be who he is, for real. So, at the end of the day,
let me ask you an honest question.
Sure.
You think Jalen Hurts is better than Dak?
No, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Not at this point in his career. I feel like he can be if he put that work in, but at this point in his career, he's nowhere near a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I can say that. Like, just because I respect football so much. I respect the game more than anything, bro. So
that's what it is. And that's why it makes me so mad that people are sitting there and blaming Dak. Like, you cannot put this whole situation on Dak, because nothing went right that game. Nothing.
Hey, so let me throw my quick thoughts real quick. Hey, Eagles losing in the first round. I mean, yes, it hurts, but at the same time, we got at least optimism towards our future. We understand that, listen, this ain't the best of the Philadelphia Eagles. We still have to get better. Like you mentioned, we don't have receivers. That's one thing I got from this game. Our defensive coordinator, I mean, listen, I know some fans is on the fence about it, but at the same time, we need to check those kind of things. So from us losing this game, this is basically the bar for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Hey, if next year we start to see this same kind of garbage, I mean, and we can't advance past the playoffs, then that might be a problem. But us losing in the first round again, we didn't really honestly, we snuck in. We got the 7th seed. So for us to have to go against Tampa Bay, it clearly shows we're not ready to be in the playoffs right now. That was humbling, but at the same time, listen, we got a bright future to look forward to. A lot of cap space, a lot of picks to make. Oh, yeah, the Eagles, we're going to be okay. So my thoughts losing in the first round, it is what it is, but come next year, I expect a better performance from my team. So, hey, real quick, I got my man Dallas Cowboys 1980 in this thing to go. So, all right, let me go and bring him in the addition to in the questions. Hey, salute to my guy. Y'all don't know, Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. Again, he one of the realest Cowboy fans picking it out there on the knowledge game. Hey, listen, go check my man's out ASAP also. So, hey, real quick, let's get into the meat and juice of the potatoes, because, hey, I'm glad you're here in 1980. I'd like to start it off with you first.
He's not there, though.
I think he's there. I don't know yet. Hey, 80, you there, bro?
I'm here, guys. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Your camera's not on. Okay.
Nah, you good?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, my brother? We going through the aftermath, the after pains, just kind of talking about some of the feelings afterwards. We got a lot of, just a difference in opinions. I know for y'all's fan base, a lot of people question if Dak's the answer. A lot of us in our Eagle fan base is Jalen Hurts the answer. So we're going to talk about some of it today. So I'd like to know your thought first, 1980. Is Dak Prescott, is he the answer for the Cowboys?
Well, let me start off by saying this. I've been a Cowboy fan for over 40 years. I've seen a lot come and I've seen a lot go. I've witnessed championship teams. I was a ball boy on the sideline when we were winning those championships back in the day. I know a thing or two about what it takes to win. I've seen it firsthand. What I saw the other night against the 49ers was just no mystery. It was an unprepared team. We were an unprepared team all season. I think the diehard fan in us wanted us to get past. We're hoping. When we watch the sport, no matter who you're cheering for, Eagles fan, Browns fan, Atlanta fan, whomever, you go off the assumption that your team is going to win. That's why you watch the game. Regardless if you think we're delusional or whatever. Everybody think Cowboy fans are delusional. There are a lot of crazy Cowboy fans out there that think we're going to the Super Bowl every year. So it makes the fans like us look crazy. I can't speak for them, but I can speak for myself and the guys on this panel. And you guys. Eagle fans, or not the fans. I'm not even talking about the fans. The Dallas Cowboys and Eagles have a rivalry. Cowboys and the 49ers have a rivalry, longer than the Cowboys Eagles. And to Dak Prescott, I don't want to blame one guy. Our season is based on, there's no I in team. This whole team, that was a team loss the other day.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
matter of fact. As a matter of fact, let me cut myself off. That was an organizational loss the other day. It was organizational loss. It's been an organizational loss for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not going anywhere. Let me go ahead and get that out there. Let me go ahead and get that out there. Cowboy fans, we're not going anywhere. Now are we pissed off? Of course. Who wouldn't be? I'm pretty sure when you guys lost to the Buccaneers, you went off the assumption that possibly you could win that game.
Mm-hmm.
You could upset Tom Brady.
Facts.
Hell, we were wanting y'all to upset Tom Brady. So we would have to face them if we would have happened to get by the 49ers. Everybody wants an easy road to the Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be hard, but everybody wants an easy road. Dak Prescott, I've supported him since day one. I have.
Yep.
And I felt like I have an obligation to support him because he's our quarterback. He's not going anywhere. I'm sorry, he's not going anywhere. He's just not. So we can go ahead and throw that out of the equation right now. He's not going anywhere. The Dallas Cowboys have bigger fish to fry than just the players, guys. See, it's so much deeper than, you Eagles fans, y'all don't have Jerry Jones as an owner. So y'all don't have to worry about the salesman bullshit that we have to worry about. You get what I'm saying? It's next level shit. They got us turning on each other. You see, if you watch the ESPN, all that shit, you see fans fighting cowboy against cowboy. See, it's black on black crime over here. You get what I'm saying? So it not only that we have to face our opponents, that we have to face the referees, that we have to, we got to face each other as well, because Jerry Jones has made it that way. We have been so wrapped up in what matters. I'm just talking about our fan base. We've been so wrapped up in bullshit on right, who's wrong. And we're not even out there playing. You get what I'm saying? And we forget what matters. You got, oh man, you ain't going to a game and all this shit. Say, man, if you watch my live streams, you see all my cowboy shit in the back. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't win Super Bowls. It don't win ball games. Having a cowboy hat on, a cowboy jersey, going to a cowboy game, guess what? I'm pretty sure quite a few of us been to a cowboy game. Have we won a Super Bowl in 26 years? Did that help? No, it hasn't. And that goes for every fan base. It don't win ball games. It's a game. It's just a game. I don't like us fighting and all that shit. You see people fighting in the stands and all that stuff. But to make a long story short, which is probably too late, do I think Dak's the answer? With the right pieces around him, yes, I think so. There's more to it than Dak, though. There's ownership, there's front office, there's coaching staff, there's players not executing. I said in my live stream the other day, I said we should be called the Dallas Magicians, because every highest paid player we got did not show up. They disappeared.
Yep.
Nobody showed up. So
Nope.
Anybody, if you're a Cowboy fan, you'd be pissed off. Where was Amari Cooper? Where was the offensive line? They bulldozed them guys, man. That's where a team starts. Is the offense, because without an offensive line, you can't do. I don't give a damn if you got Barry Sanders back there, Joe Montana at quarterback, Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin on one side. Don't matter if you don't have an offensive line. Ain't shit don't happen no matter who you're cheering for. So let's just go ahead and get that out there real quick. You get what I'm saying?
1980.
What's up?
Like I said earlier, I said, you know what? You know what pisses me off is the fact that the minute we lost, you know what? Everybody was blaming Dak. It was crazy how many fan base Dak sucks. Because throughout the season, when we signed Dak, everybody was ecstatic. Oh, Dak's the man. You understand what I'm saying? And then Dak has a good game. He's our quarterback. The minute he has a bad game, he sucks. He sucks.
He's the quickest one to blame because he's the captain of the football team.
But you know what? We lost a game. We lost a game the other day. 14 penalties for 80-something yards. Dak got sacked 5 times. You know what I mean? Like, our defense didn't show up. Trayvon Diggs blew coverage at least 3 times.
Magicians. That's the problem. That's the problem.
For people to come out and turn around after, for people to come around afterwards and say Dak ain't the one, that pisses me off. Because you're not watching.
I'm gonna tell you this.
You're not watching. You're not watching the whole team in the game.
For me, Dak Prescott should have never got paid that big contract.
There you go. I want to hear from Boys for Life.
How? Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Boys for Life, you got the stage, bro. Go ahead.
Why?
Oh, my fault. Hold on.
To me, Dak should have never gotten paid because Dak is good enough to win you the good games and make you think he's worth all that money. But when it's time to show up, he doesn't show up. I have yet to see him show up in a crucial game that we need to win a football game.
Watching the same? You're not watching the Dallas Cowboys, bro.
Every single game. Please tell me.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about because you know what?
That's crucial for us to win. What game?
Show me any other QB in the NFL that does. Every single game you're trying to tell me there's a perfect QB in the NFL. No, you just said he doesn't show up. Every QB in the NFL shows up. Tom Brady shows up at every game and is perfect at every game. And he's getting paid top dollar. So you're trying to tell me that because Dak has a struggling game, he's not worth what? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Did I say any of that? You just
didn't say Dak is not worth $160 million.
I want Dak Prescott to show up to a crucial game. At least one.
Every QB in the NFL does that. Every QB in the NFL does that.
Hey, Sid, let him talk real quick. I gotta hear from Boys.
He's not pissing me off because he's not a real fan, man. Like, how you gonna blame it on him?
I'm not a real fan. You're from Canada, bro. You're from Canada. When did you become a Cowboys fan?
When is Canada? Oh my God.
Time out. Flag on the play. Hold on a minute. Time out.
Hey,
listen, this is the reality of it. There's unpopular opinions out there. Boys for Life has a very unpopular opinion. We all know, look, this man, he did make the video immediately after that said, Dak ain't it. I need to know what's your thoughts. Hey, let him speak. Said, I know you're passionate, and I know, look, after the Dallas, fan base is probably like, all of this ain't on completely Dak. But again, there's got to be some kind of responsibility taken somewhere. I understand that also. I'll express my thoughts here in a minute, but I really want to hear Boys for Life explain to me why you came to the conclusion as a Dallas fan. This ain't an Eagle. This is unbiased. How do you come to the conclusion that Dak is not, or Dak ain't it? Dak is not the answer. You got the stage. I just want to hear from Boys for Life for a minute.
Okay, so what I was saying, I need Dak to show up to a crucial game, which he has yet to do. I see this man's going in now his 7th year without the right pieces around him, and I mean everything needs to be perfect for him to succeed. I mean, this man's getting paid $75 million this year because the organization thinks he's that guy to overcome certain situations that he does not overcome. I've yet to see him to where we can put the game on his back, and I am confident we will win. Yet to see that. He needs Zeke. He needs Cooper. He needs Wilson. And we still lose the fucking game. And it's not – those type of games aren't solely on Dak. It's also the coaching staff, which I have said. Kellen Moore needs to go with his Scott Linehan 2.0.
What? Oh.
It is terrible all the way around. But for me, Dak just – I've had enough of this. I had so many years of Romo. I mean, 1980 knows. So many years of Romo of thinking this is the guy to do it. It never happens. Now we're seeing the same shit with Dak. I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over.
Dak definitely looking Tony Romo-ish. I ain't gonna lie.
What's your thoughts real quick? We'll hear from the Eagles side. Hey, Tre Roc, I want to hear your take on it real quick. Do you think Dak Prescott, try to get your best on is he the answer for the Cowboys? Let me know.
I feel like Prescott, y'all quarterback. Y'all should rock with him. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like y'all quarterback. Y'all want to go back to the Quincy Carters and all that stuff like that, where y'all just searching for quarterbacks. Y'all got y'all franchise quarterback. Y'all just gotta put not even the players, because he got all the players he need. I'm not even gonna lie. It's coaching, and then it'd be situational football. Like, the coaches really be killing y'all. Coaches really can kill a game. Our coach killed this game when we played Tampa Bay. They killed this game because they played scared. They played conservative. So, I mean, and Kellen Moore, I mean, he started off as like a hot, young offensive coordinator. He cooking up stuff, but he really fizzled off in the season. If y'all watch the games, he was so basic. He didn't run the football. He never ran the football. And he coached scared. He coached scared in this game. I'm not gonna lie. He coached scared. He knew your offensive line wasn't holding up good against them dudes, but he still depended on Dak Prescott to drop back all them times. You got to use your other dogs on the team. Get the football out of his hand fast. There should be no reason you taking 7-step drops on second down and 5. There's no reason you should be doing that. So, I mean, it's bigger than Dak Prescott. I feel like y'all got y'all franchise quarterback. A lot of teams still searching for one. Now y'all gotta get other stuff in the mix to get y'all where y'all need to go. Even though I feel like it's a curse on y'all, and I'm gonna say that till I die. It's a curse on Dallas, man. Jerry Jones stole them Super Bowls in the '90s. Now it's coming back to haunt him.
Hey, look, I'm gonna put it like this. My thoughts real quick. Dak Prescott. Look, if you look long term, I've said several times, I don't think Dak Prescott, I still haven't seen it also. Him handling pressure. I haven't seen him in a key pressure moment. I mean, the reason, honestly, the closing of that game, I mean, going through that a lot to try to hand the ball to the ref, that was a pressure moment. I don't think that, again, when things get tough, I haven't seen Dak show me, that he could climb over that hump. So, at this point in time, again, I would say, look, there's nothing else better. There's not a better quarterback that you can go out there and get right now. So, yes, you are kind of stuck with that. But long term, I honestly don't think – I think y'all's window is right now. And this is the best y'all are going to be. Otherwise, y'all got the talent. Y'all got the wide receivers. Y'all got the running backs. I mean, the success window's right now. So, if that can't get it done right now with this window – I mean, listen, y'all might have to do what we did and pretty much cut bait with the whole cast. We got rid of Carson. We had to get rid of Alshon Jeffrey. We blew the whole thing up. Got rid of our Super Bowl coach. All of that. That stunk. But at the same time, Dallas, listen, I don't know how much more time Dak is going to have over there with y'all. This man is getting paid. This man is getting paid extra money. And standard for getting paid $40+ million a year, you better be delivering something. And again, if he can't get it done right now, I don't see it getting done in the future. Again, I see this being one of the best teams Dallas is orchestrated. And again, it's not just the offense. It's not just Dak Prescott. We've had a meltdown. Coaches, yeah, it is what it is. Great quarterbacks fight through them kind of things. So, I don't think personally right now, Dak is on a great elite level. He's above a just average quarterback for me. Great stats, of course, but if it's done in a pressure situation, I'm not buying that. And if I got to answer it, that would not be the answer long term for the Cowboys. But to bring in the money, oh yeah, they're going to do that. Y'all going to do that with that.
Yo, Philly, I know 1980 is going to say something. Yo, I have to bounce, man. I gotta go. Guys, thank you for having me on here, man. We're definitely gonna link up again. 1980. I'm gonna reach out to you because I actually want to do something with you later on this week if you're available. And I'm gonna be listening to what you had to say because I heard you say my name earlier after I went off. But like I said, I'm opinionated. I think the Dallas Cowboys have a great organization. We just need to make certain moves. We can't change our owner. That's never gonna happen. So we have to accept that as it is. But we need to make some changes from the upstairs office all the way down. And guys, we even have Jerry Jones's son is about to take over the organization, and he's not any better. So we're screwed. I had to say it. I have to say it. So it is what it is.
Hold on. Before you dip, let me say something.
Yeah.
You can't say these dudes is horrible. Did they not bring all that talent over there?
No, I'm not saying they're horrible. Do you understand? But it starts from up top and it works its way down. Do you understand? And up top is not perfect. They're not. Yes, they've made some spectacular moves. I am not denying that. But you understand? But they've also made some very stupid moves. So it's a thing that has to balance out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna continue watching this while I'm on the road. 1980, man. Like I said, please, I'm gonna be listening to what you're gonna say. I knew you were gonna say something to me earlier. Boys for life. Listen, I have nothing against you, man. I'm just very opinionated. You have your opinion. I have mine. It is what it is. This is what we do. We all have different types. All have different types of love for the Dallas Cowboys, man. It's your boy Sid, man. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Dallas Cowboys for life. Repping all the way out here from Montreal, Canada. It's your boy Sid, and I'm out.
Yes, sir. Already, my guy. Hey, thanks for coming through, my guy Sid. Y'all already know again. We're going to share different opinions, different thoughts over here. I appreciate my guy 1980 again for coming through this thing. Boys for life up in here. Hey, my guy Tre rocking with me today. So, again, if y'all just sliding in, go smash that like button. I appreciate all the love and the support. If y'all new to the channel, go hit that subscribe. Because y'all know how we rocking. Come win, lose, or draw. Hey, y'all going to hear from us on both sides of the fan base. So, I'd like to know from you, hey, 1980, because, again, it's a passionate subject in Dallas right now. And I guess, look, well, since we on the topic of Dallas, we're going to ask this question also. And then we're going to move to the Eagles because I know some of y'all ain't buying the Jalen Hurts business either. So we're going to keep the full game there also. Is the Cowboys coaching the reason for their failures? I'd like to know if it's a coaching thing. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of the chatter, fire the coaches, fire Mike McCarthy, fire Kellen Moore, anybody that's a coach, pretty much they can go at this point. I need to know, hey, 1980's a realist, so you won't let it be known. But is coaching the reason for their failure?
Good question. I'm glad you brought that up. How many coaches we've had since 95? You probably can't even answer that question because it's been so many.
Been a lot. It's been a lot.
I'm off the bandwagon of blaming the coaches because guess what? They're not suiting up. They're not catching balls. They're not tackling. They're not missing tackles. They're not getting pass interference calls. They're not jumping off sides. They're not false starting. They're not doing any of those things. They're calling plays. Now, well, I will say that I don't know why the hell these teams won't Kellen Moore because, I mean, hell, they can have him because his playbook has gotten really vanilla. It's really elementary. But if you got dogs, you can call back in the day when we had the Great Wall of Dallas and Emmitt Smith and all those guys. You can call the same play over and over, but they couldn't stop it. You could be in the huddle with us and know the play, but you still couldn't stop it because we had Larry Allen, Nate Newton, Eric Williams, Mark Tuinei, all those guys. You couldn't. It didn't matter. Just like Jordan's fadeaway. You knew it was coming, but guess what? You got to stop it. You got to try to stop it, and they couldn't stop it. So he got 6 rings out of that shit. Probably would have had 7 or 8 if he wouldn't have retired the first time. But anyway, on to football. That was just an example. But I'm a little tired of blaming the coaches because they're not out there playing. The players have to execute. We don't have no dogs on this team. We were led to believe we had dogs on this team because that's what we were led to believe. That's what we were brainwashed to believe. We thought D-Law was a dog. We thought Gregory was a dog. When you have more penalties than rushing yards in a playoff game at home, there's a problem. Now, that's a coaching problem. That's a coaching, not disciplining your players. That's one coaching problem. That's one thing I will blame. But as far as executing on the field, nah, that's all the players, man. Like Dion say, I talked to him the other week, and he always say, "Hey, man, I stopped blaming the coaches. I never blame the coaches." He was like, "You got to have dogs. You got to have dogs. You got to have dogs to win a Super Bowl. You just have to. There's no getting around that." And we don't have no dogs on this team. And I think it's hard for us to kind of fathom that, to believe that as Cowboy fans, because we want to think that we got dogs, but we don't have no dogs on this team. That's why we lost to San Francisco. That's why we got that fake report card, the wrong report card, 12-5. Yeah, that was a good report card, but it didn't belong to us. It belonged that report card belonged to somebody else. We got the wrong report card. So we were out there trashing all the below average teams. God forgive me for saying that, but I'm just being honest. And the NFC East is the weakest in the division. I mean, in football. And we just took advantage of that, and it made us look like who we weren't, But it's back to the drawing board. I don't think I trust anybody for this. I mean, Dak Prescott, I'm still gonna have his back. I think with the right coaching, I think he can kind of turn it around, save his little career. But under pressure, he hasn't been there. I mean, we've been losing for so long. And I say losing, I don't care if you make it to the playoffs. That's losing to me. You can have a perfect record, but if you go one and done, that's losing to me, because you didn't. The big prize, the reason why you play is to hold that trophy up. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of work to do in Dallas, and I'm not blaming the coaches. I'm no longer blaming the coaches anymore, because they're not on the field. They're not playing. At least now they might do some dumb things every now and then. Oh, that was the same play, But other than that, shit, you got to execute, man. And we haven't been able to do that. That's just bottom line. And I'm not trying to say that to make Eagle fans feel better and all that stuff, man. I'm not on here for that. And I'm not trying
facts, man.
I'm not trying to trash the Cowboys or anything like that. I'm still diehard. I'm not stupid, but I'm still diehard, and I'm not going anywhere. Eagles fan. I mean, Eagles. They. Jalen, let me go ahead and get before, because I got to get it. I got to get up at 3 a.m. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh yeah, salute, man! I appreciate you for even swinging through, my guy.
Let me go ahead and say what I need to say about the Eagles. They have potential. Jalen Hurts. I was watching him play. I've been kind of watching him play. I don't know everything about the Eagles because I'm not an Eagles fan, but they have potential, And Jalen Hurts is young. He's just young. He's an agile quarterback, and that's dangerous. That's something that you want. So I'm not saying y'all are giving up on him, but I know a lot of Eagles fans probably are trying to give up on him. It's just his first year. I mean, what do you expect him to take you to the Super Bowl? It's man. I mean, he's a good he'll be a good quarterback, man, if he's coached right. And if he listened, I think he should have sat on the bench for a year. I think all quarterbacks should sit on the bench for at least a year or two to learn, but that's just me, But
no, he had a year though to sit on the bench. This is second year.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right. My bad.
Second year.
My bad. Too many blows to the head in football. But yeah, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. That's my 2 cents. If you didn't see my live stream the other day, go back and watch it. I'm always watching Philly Notion on the side, man. That's my boy, man. I like his energy. Yeah, his energy is what grabbed me. You guys are good together, man. Y'all do good things out there, and y'all keep it up. I'm not all about the gang, and I'm not talking to this because he's an Eagles fan or a Browns fan, all that stuff. Nah, man. If I see good content, man, I'm gonna gonna show some love. You know what I mean? That's I've always been. That's the way I was raised. So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all keep it up, man. And it's a long off season for us, for both of us. So it takes forever for football season to come around, and a lot of fans were upset, man. They showed a lot of fans crying in the stands and all that stuff, man. I just think Dallas fans, what I've been saying years and years ago, I just think we're tired. That we're finally tired. And I think my dad said years ago when I was a little boy, he said the best way to get back at an owner, to get him to start getting some real talent up in this motherfucker, stop going to them games. Stop. But see, back in the day, it was like that. See, back in the 80s and stuff, it was like that. You could, man, they like, man, I ain't going to that damn game. But see, now people so wrapped up in this gang mentality, loyalty and all that shit. You know, they don't want to look bad in front of somebody. Oh, you ain't representing. Say, man, you watch the game for them to win. You can only win or lose. You damn sure don't want to lose. So I'm not saying give up on your team. I'm just saying, say, man, until they earn your respect back, because we're not being reimbursed. You know, we spending our money, time for my families, making videos, making live streams, buying apparel and all that stuff. I'm just talking about any fan base. And as a Cowboy fan, it's been 26 years, and everybody wants to go to a Super Bowl. Everybody wants to win. That's why. And we haven't been reimbursed. That's our problem. So if they want to call us delusional, I'm not gonna lose no sleep, man. I done heard everything under the man under the moon, you know. But I just want to win. It's all about winning to me. I'm not trying to make friends or anything like that, man. Shake hands after the game and all that stuff, and take pictures with jerseys and all that shit. That ain't what this is about, man. That's that new generation shit. I ain't down with that, man. Like, y'all just whooped our ass. Good game. All right, man. I'll holler at you. I'll see you next time. You know, that's just it. You know. Yeah, man. Back in the day, you could do that. Now it's hard to, you know, show teams tough love. See, that wasn't number tough love when fans didn't go to the game and they had paper bags on their heads and stuff. That was tough love. See, they want us to be loyal to the Cowboys, but have they been loyal to us? You see what I'm saying? It goes both ways, man. Like we come here, and whether you're watching the game on your couch or whether you at the game, you watching the game on the assumption that your team is going to win. That's why you're there. You're not going to say, hey man, we about to lose, man. Hey, we about to lose. You're not doing that. You're going, hey man, we're gonna whoop y'all ass, you know. Boom, boom, yada yada yada, bam, bam, bam. You know, so our fan base is 50% of the reason why we're in the predicament we're in, because we've been supporting mediocrity for so long. We've been supporting Jerry Jones and them getting rich. We're just making them richer, man. We're just putting money in their pocket, but we don't see that because we've lost so much sight over what matters. We lost sight. You can't lose sight over what matters, man. You just can't. It's all about winning, dog. And like I always use the analogy, I always use the example, and I'm gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna say before I go. I remember, I've said this a million times. I remember 49ers, they had beat us in the NFC Championship back in '94. And when they had Ken Norton, they stole Ken Norton from us, and they got Dion and all that. And they went and beat the brakes off the Chargers. And Steve Young said, after that game, I went and cleaned out my locker the next morning. And he looked out on the field and saw Jerry Rice running routes. See, that's old school right there. You see what I'm saying?
That's a different mentality.
That don't exist no more. See, all these players, man, all they care about is that. Now I'm trying to get. They're gonna play a little bit. They're gonna give you a little bit of what you want. D-Law, Ezekiel Elliott, they'll give you a little what you want, so they can get that. They get that check. Once they get that check, magician time, abracadabra.
Been
it's a
saying
wrap. That's what it's all about now. So that's why I said it's hard for me right now. I'm still kind of like, I don't know how to feel or what to believe anymore with the Dallas Cowboys. Because, or with any team, but you just never know. So don't fall into that Cowboy trap. You get what I'm saying? Because that's where we at with our team now. That's what we got to deal with as a fan base. Who's going to be a magician? Because nobody, all those guys never showed up when we needed them. So, but that's all I got, man. I'm sorry if I took too long, took too much of your time, man.
No, you good, man.
You got the
Good.
open pass, 1980, man. Salute to the GOAT. Again, y'all make sure y'all check out his content. If y'all haven't already, again, I do check out Cowboy fans. And there's certain ones I troll up in their chat, like my man over here. Yeah, I troll him real tough. But, hey, I respect my man, 1980. He comes with straight, live, real stuff on the team. So, hey, man, I salute that. And again, hey, you got the open pass, my brother. So I appreciate your time today, my G.
That's it, man. Y'all take care. God bless you.
Indeed.
Hey,
Alrighty. Hey, so what's your thoughts real quick? And then, like I said, I just want to we're going to run through the Eagles too. Don't think we giving passes out here because I know I saw your videos, Boys for Life, on your whole, Jalen's trash. And we're going to talk about him just real quick. Get your thoughts out. But, hey, real quick, is the Cowboys coaching the reason for their failures? Let me know your quick thoughts.
For me, it's like it's everything, man. Like, yes, the coaches are at fault, the players are at fault. To me, it's just 26 years. Last time we won a Super Bowl, y'all can make fun, say I don't remember because I was too young, but I was 7 years old last time we won a Super Bowl. And it's just been year after year of disappointment, of making us believe we're something we're not. And now I am old enough to understand, and I've been old enough to understand what we are as an organization. And it's always been about the money first. Who has the newest Cowboy apparel? Who has the newest Cowboy player, jersey? I've said it, never pay a player on a contract year or after a contract year. And that's basically what we do. We see DeMarcus Lawrence getting paid all that money. Never should have been paid all that money. Zeke holding out after he got his check. He's been on the decline. Cooper, he got traded. He got paid. Where's he been? To me, it's just everyone. It's not just the coaches. The coaches draw up the scheme, but they got to be smart enough to know how to draw up their scheme around their players. And I find that Kellen Moore does not know how to do that. The only coach that should get any praise because of what we were last year was Dan Quinn. That is it. That is it. There is no one else. I mean, no one thought our defense would even be close to what it was. I mean, I said it in videos over and over and over before the season started that I feel that this year is going to be the year where we get the most turnovers we ever had. And I don't know how long I can remember. And I think we led the NFL with like 30-something turnovers. Not just interceptions, but turnovers. Yeah. And it was just a gut feeling that I had. And I saw it happen. And I saw the only quote-unquote dog that I'm seeing out there on both sides of the ball is Parsons. That is it. I knew when I saw Diggs get his ass checked, I don't know what receiver knocked him on his ass. And he sat there crying for a flag instead of getting up and trying to punch this motherfucker in the mouth. I was like, man, that's it, man. That's it. That's it for me. Now everyone can. It's on national TV. Diggs just got punked and did nothing about it. That's it for me. So, I mean, did y'all see that happen?
Yeah, I seen it.
He sat there and just cried for a flag instead of getting up there and doing something about it, getting blindside blocked. Like, man, I was like, man, get out of here with that shit. Like, I'm just tired of all the bullshit year in and year out, making us having Jerry and I don't listen to the media, but the media hypes this team up so much, making this fan base believe that we're something that we're not. And it's getting old.
I'd like to take on that real quick. Hey, Tre, what you got on that? Is the Cowboys coaching as an outsider looking in? Is it the reason for their failures? Let us know your thoughts.
I mean, we can sit here and say they don't got dogs on their team, but they have dogs on their football team, man. Michael Parsons is a rookie. Trayvon Diggs in his second year. These dudes was like both in the running for defensive MVP this year, like top 5. So, Randy Gregory, I think he had his best year in the NFL. DeMarcus Lawrence looked like he's resurging somewhat. So I feel like I feel like a lot of it's like 50-50, bro, because I mean, like 82 said, you could call any play you want, but if your player is not executing it, I mean, it means nothing. And it was a lot of executional stuff that lost in this game because the 49ers weren't doing nothing special. They weren't doing nothing special. They was running the football. They gave Deebo Samuels the football in the backfield, I think, like 10 times, and they couldn't stop him. It's like he's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. So, I mean, dudes didn't want it. The coaches ain't really want it, and the 49ers came to play. I mean, and the thing I'm saying about the Cowboys, y'all kind of breezed through this season, and that's what got they fan base head so big. But did y'all really even beat a quality team this year? The Chargers, they didn't make the playoffs. Y'all beat the Patriots. I think that was the only team y'all beat that was in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's not just coaching. It's players wanting it, and it's coaching. I feel like Kellen Moore, he hurt y'all a lot this year too. It's an organizational problem, man. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna fix it, and I don't understand how a lot of people just try to. This is what they do. They try to put everything on Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is a face. He's the owner, but he's not out there on the football field. He's not out there with the coaching staff. Nothing. He brought the player. He brings the players in. He brings the money in. He's just a big name. He a big name. But he's definitely doing his job by bringing them players over there to y'all. So I don't see how y'all could blame Jerry Jones. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Cowboys gonna be the Cowboys, and I'm happy y'all lost. I'm happy as hell. So at the end of the day, I really don't care. I hope y'all suck. Y'all lose for the next 30, 40 years.
Hey, let them know, my guy. Hey, look, my quick thought. Oh, go ahead, bro. Whoa. Hold on.
I was gonna sit there and say Aikman is a good quarterback.
Stop it.
Nah, all right, real quick. I'm
gonna open up a whole other can of worms, bro.
Man, what? Hey, listen, I'm not going to let the Cowboys use this as no scapegoat to their season. Again, I heard a lot of people that was slurping this Mike McCarthy Kool-Aid once he was signed. Again, this man got ran out of Green Bay for a reason, apparently. He didn't get it done. Again, he got it done because of Aaron Rodgers, if you ask me. And at the same time, Dak Prescott is not an Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, I'm not going to let Dallas sit here and skate by like y'all didn't have a 12-5 record, like your coaching game wasn't working, because it did work to get y'all to where y'all needed to go. I think, again, I got a lot of overpaid players that underachieve, especially in key moments. But again, I wouldn't just circle this all just on coaching. I understand y'all got y'all challenges just like we do in Philly. Inconsistent coaching at times when it matters. Look, I know y'all now looking at Kellen Moore like he's the problem. Listen, like Kellen Moore, again, from what I knew, from what I was hearing, or before, I guess halfway during the season, Kellen Moore was the next coach to be getting hired, getting all these interviews and all of this stuff. So again, for y'all to just blame it completely on the coaching staff, I think it's actually a bigger problem than that. Also, I think y'all got some players that are underachieving, such as Zeke Elliott. Again, this man had, how many carries did he have this entire year? And I know he got over 1,000. But when you look at like our quarterback, right, for instance, Jalen Hurts, this man had over 700 yards. I know he looked like a glorified running back at times. We'll talk about that in a minute also. But Zeke Elliott is slowly underproducing. I think y'all still need to find y'all's run game. But at the same time, I mean, Dallas, it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't think it's completely based on your coaching. I think y'all need to start checking some of these players also. But hey, it's a tough life in Dallas right now. I get it. I understand the pain. Some heads got to roll. But again, I think firing a coach or doing something like that is an emotional reaction. So I wouldn't be doing all that in Dallas. Gotta see if I can get that window one more time. But again, hey, it ain't the coaches, in my opinion, if you ask me. So,
I'm gonna tell you this real quick. For Zeke, he only had 2 games above 20 rushing attempts. 2 games. And both those 2 games, he had over 100 yards each of those games. Other than that, I'm looking at 9 touches, 2 games, 16 touches, a couple games. Actually, 9 touches, 4 games, where he had everything else is under 50 yards. unless he had 17 or more, then it's above 75. But majority, he was averaging about 50 some odd yards a game. And let's put it into context. Normally, when he has over 20 yards, not 20 yards, over 20 touches a game, he gets over 100 yards. And when you're getting 9 carries for 37 yards, I mean, is that a coaching problem? Whose problem is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's the coaches calling the plays. And if our guy, and this is a team that is still ran through Zeke, because if you look at it, if Zeke touches the ball over 20 times, Dak Prescott, if correct me if I'm wrong, is undefeated. Undefeated if he touches the ball more than 20 times a game.
Wow. Okay.
And again, this is why Dak is a quote unquote game manager, because he needs certain pieces around him. Because when when Zeke doesn't touch the ball more than 20 times a game and it's put in Prescott's hands, more oftentimes we lose the game. But when you have Zeke, if the offense is ran through Zeke establishing the run, guess what? We have linebackers biting on that play action, linebackers biting on that bootleg, where we have these wide open tight ends or wide open, Cedric Wilsons or CeeDee Lambs or Michael Gallups or Amari Cooper. We didn't do a lot of that this year. And then going into next year, because of Dak Prescott's salary cap hit, we're going to be a negative $11 million into the cap going into next year. It's going to be tough, especially when a lot of our roster big name guys are in contract years. Like this is it. They got 1 year deals, and that is it.
Michael, Notion.
Oh, my fault. No, my fault, fellas. Yeah, again, this is gonna be tough. Dallas got a lot of things they got to figure out. Again, it's a whole organizational mystery at this point. But hopefully Dallas will. Hopefully, I'm assuming they're gonna stay in the same purgatory situation they in. I want them to lose again and come next year, but that's just an inner Eagle fan in me. But let's not move on, because again, we gotta look ourselves in the mirror, two Eagles fans, because we know how we ended our season. We'll start off with you, Tre Roc. Is Jalen Hurts the answer for the Eagles? Y'all let us know in the comments below also. Look, we saw some things from Jalen, but we got to answer this question also. So go ahead and kick it off, Tre Roc. How you feeling? Is Jalen Hurts the answer for the Eagles?
I feel like it's too early to say if he's the answer or not. I think going into this next year, we're going to get a more definitive answer. Jalen Hurts basically – damn, that's a hard question, man.
It's a tough question, bro.
He basically did what he could this year. I mean, with no, preparation or seeing things that he's seen in this playoff game. Because, I mean, we was – at one point, we was just dominating teams on the ground, so it made it easier for him. But you're going to get into situations where they're going to force you to throw the football, so he's going to have to get better in that aspect. But he's a leader. He doesn't shy away from questions. He played bad. So, I mean, now we got to see this offseason how much this dude progresses. I mean, and we get some more weapons around him. I mean, couple more folks he could throw to, a little better defense, and then we see. And if Jalen Hurts is still playing with bad accuracy, field vision, stuff like that, then you move on from him. But it's I feel like at this point he deserves another year to show if he can improve. So I'm not too down on Jalen Hurts, but Notion, I've been the most critical of this dude. The most critical. We set up. There's a lot of times we birds on the line. Any string we was on, we set up here and we made a ton of excuses for this dude. And I was the one that was like, no, he don't get a pass for that. But he get a pass for this season though. I'm bringing him back next year. I'm reloading, retooling whatever we got to do, fixing the problems we got to fix, and then we decide if this dude not the answer. That's my answer.
Hey, I like that. I like that approach. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and echo kind of something similar, but again, this is Jalen's first year as a full-time starter. So this is just only, again, we're figuring out what his strengths and what his weaknesses are. Again, I'm not really I'm not a fan of some of the mechanics we've seen on the passing end. Like, he's definitely got to improve on them things in the offseason. But this man took us to the playoffs and apparently a write-off season. So that alone, again, these are some of the things. I'm looking at the talent right now. He's not surrounded with the best talent, but we have the resources to upgrade and hopefully make this team better in the future. So at least for that, I do think Jalen Hurts, that he deserves another year for the Eagles. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's the answer yet, because just like Tre Roc said, if you come out here next year and he's still, looking the way he's looking, or if we get to the playoffs, because I think that's the bar now. We know Jalen Hurts can now reach the playoffs. So anything of a regress, or if he starts going backwards, yeah, we're going to be considering using some resources in the future to get a quarterback. But right now, I do believe Jalen Hurts, this man's playing for pennies on the dollar. How many more years we got him for? Like 2-3 more years?
I think like 2.
There's no other quarterback right now that the Eagles should just go out there and let's be worried our whole future. First round draft pick, an aging quarterback. That's not the answer, Philly. So I'm all for, again, whether Jalen Hurts is the long-term answer, that's still to be written. But for next year, we need to stop all this, let's go out here and go draft a quarterback for what? Again, let's ride this out with Jalen. That's exactly my thoughts on this thing. Regardless if we get another QB up in here, we don't call the defensive plays. I think we need to put some focus on that. He ain't out there playing defense, so regardless of a quarterback coming up in here, I think Jalen's done enough this year to show he needs another chance. But that's where I'm at with Jalen. Hey, I got to hear from my guy, Boys for Life, on this, because I already know he probably got a difference of opinions on our quarterback in Philly. He probably about to humble us real quick. So, hey, let me hear from you. Hey, is Jalen Hurts the answer for the Eagles?
I mean, you already know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to explain it like this. Jalen Hurts was such an athlete in high school, he didn't really have to read defenses. Jalen Hurts had CeeDee Lamb when he went to Oklahoma, and it was basically CeeDee Lamb or bust. You go into the NFL, and I'm not knocking that he's an NFL player, because you have to have some kind of talent to get into the NFL, right? He is being asked to do things he's never done before. Read defenses, which is we've already seen he has a hard time doing. We've already seen him have a hard time throwing the ball. Yes, he can drop dimes at times, and he has good passes, but what quarterback doesn't from time to time? He beats you with his legs, and unless he can be a somewhat pocket quarterback and be able to throw the ball and make good reads, because when we watch it on highlights or other people doing all 22s on Jalen Hurts, he's missing a lot of these wide open guys. So to me, he's going to need a lot of growth for me to say that he's going to be the guy. But y'all are right. He deserves to come back next season, because this is his first year and he does need to develop. But in time, I mean, y'all already seen enough to where maybe after next year, you will decide whether he's the guy or not.
Oh, yeah, the clock is ticking right now. The clock is ticking now. We now got a full year seeing what Jalen, with his weaknesses are and his strengths. So come next year, again, we don't see progress or him getting better at these things. Yes, we got to start holding our quarterback accountable also. So, again,
Jalen
still out on Jalen.
Jalen Hurts got 2 options, man. You could either be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson. And y'all understand what I say when I say that. Lamar Jackson could kill you in the season, but once they get to the playoffs and they force this dude to throw the football, he looked horrible. Russell Wilson had to learn that. I mean, it took him a couple years to learn that. I can't just rely on my athleticism. I got to get better as a passer. So, I mean, it all depends on his work ethic. It all depends on his work ethic. He got film. He got a whole year worth of film, worth of defenses, worth of how they played them, everything like that to go off now. So you sit down, you sit your ass down, you watch this film, you go out there and you work. If you really want it that bad, that's what he gonna do. If you don't want it that bad, Philly will throw this dude away like nothing. So I mean, it's all on him. It's all on him.
Indeed. All right, real quick, boys. Just your quick thoughts. Is the Eagles coaching the reason for their failures? We asked it with Dallas. Let's go and flip it to the Eagles real quick. Is the Eagles coaching the reason for their failures?
The Eagles coaching is the reason why you got into the playoffs. I mean, Nick Sirianni, this is me. Look, I troll the Eagles. I talk shit about the Eagles, but when it comes to actual football talk, I'm going to be honest. And Nick Sirianni knew what he was doing wrong, made adjustments in the second half of the season. Granted, y'all had a third place schedule, or was it third or fourth place? Anyway, it was an easy schedule, just like what we had, and y'all took advantage. Y'all were the number one rushing attack in the league for a substantial amount of time in this season, and that propelled y'all to the playoff. Nick Sirianni knew what he had in Jalen Hurts, knew what his strengths were, because when you look at it, the first 7 games, Jalen Hurts was dropping back, 35 to 45 times a game, and y'all were getting shit-faced, beat, bent over, and y'all were getting your ass smacked. And then when y'all stopped doing that and Jalen Hurts became what Dak should be and what he was at the beginning of his career, dropping back 15 to 25 times and running the ball, that includes Jalen Hurts running the ball, y'all started producing wins. Again, it's against bad teams, but nonetheless, we got to play who's in front of us. And y'all took advantage of that because y'all had you had Sanders, Howard when he became available, Gainwell, and you were the number one rushing attack, not because of your running backs, but because of your quarterback. And that all goes back to the coaching, making adjustments in the second half of the season and getting y'all to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. What you got on that, Trey?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Boys for Life. It's the reason we really got into the playoffs was because of adjustments. So, you gotta look at it. We went up against the Saints. They was the number one rushing team in the NFL. Rushing defense in the NFL, and we put up over 250 rushing yards on them. You just gotta know your personnel. I feel like I feel like it was bad personnel this year. Bad linebacker play on defense that hurt us. And for the offense, was Nick Sirianni just understanding what you got in front of you. It's like we're not a efficient passing football team, so why throw the ball 45 times a game? It doesn't make sense. You don't have an Aaron Rodgers back there. You don't have a Peyton Manning, one of those dudes that really can orchestrate that kind of offense. Dan Marino, dude like that. They can't orchestrate that kind of offense. You got a second-year quarterback that's really basically just seeing these kind of defenses. So you drop this dude back 45 times. And that's why Philadelphia Eagles fans were screaming for Nick Sirianni head at first. But he realized that he adjusted. We made the playoffs. That's a good experience for a first-year coaching staff. And maybe next year, we could just build on that. Maybe we make it to the NFC Championship or something like that. Who knows? But that you want that kind of experience from your first-year head coach. We didn't win 4 or 5 games. It's like we didn't win 2-3 games. We're not picking in the top 5 right now in the draft. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, man. But all these dudes got to get in the lab though. All of them. Nick Sirianni, if Gannon gonna be here next year, you better get your ass in that lab, bro. Because the product you was putting out there was horrible, and I feel like it was more because of personnel. But still, you got to make it work how you make it work. So, I got 100% confidence that Sirianni is gonna shake some shit up next year. So, I'm cool with rocking with him. I don't feel like they was part of the problem, but I don't feel like that was the biggest problem. I feel like youth was our biggest problem for real. Youth, because you can't go into a season with a rookie wide receiver. He's your best wide receiver on your team. You think about it. When Julio came in, who he had? Roddy White. Randy came in. He had Chris Carter. You're going to need them dudes on your team to help this dude out because Devontae Smith, as great as he is, he's still a rookie. He hasn't seen everything. So, we could blame that on Howie. There's a lot of blame to go around in this organization. So I can't just blame it on the coaching staff.
And look, I'm gonna tell you like this: I can't put it on the coaching staff either, because look, Nick Sirianni, He got us to the playoffs. I think he did a lot of learning and growing throughout the time when he was going. But there are some coaches, however, that I do look at that played a responsibility in some of our failures. Again, I haven't been the biggest, backer of Jonathan Gannon. Again, honestly, I don't think I've said anything all offseason. It's like he's a forgotten person on this team. But Shane Steichen, our offensive coordinator, I'm sorry, but certain screen plays we've been seeing, we ain't got no slants in our offense. Everything that it looks like we run offensively is either some kind of RPO garbage. I have not been feeling none of that. So honestly, when I look at coaching, hey, I can part ways with Shane Steichen and Gannon, our offensive coordinator and our D coordinator. But again, coaching, yes, Sirianni, he's the one at least I would say with his motivational root speech and all of that. He found a way to put this team together, got the job done. I don't think this is the best that this team can do. So, again, I look at some of the coaches as causing a failure, but I don't blame it all on the coaches because I also know we got a lack of talent on this team. Let's be real. We got a lack of wide receivers. We ain't got no kind of linebackers on this team. Our D-line is aging. The secondary looks suspect. A lack of talent, honestly. So, again, I'm not putting this blame on Eagles coaching. But again, I wouldn't be shocked to see us make some changes at the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator. So that's my quick thoughts on that. I'd like to know, we'll kind of make it quick because we already wrapping in on an hour and a half. And I know my fellas, I'm sorry, fellas. I know I got y'all running off the passion here. Hey, has Dak reached his ceiling? Real quick, boys for life. Throw it out there. Do you think he's reached the ceiling? And then we'll go ahead and ask the last question on Jalen also.
Has he reached his ceiling? I'm starting to see him regress more than I am starting to see him improve. He improved at a certain point, and now he's starting to regress. I don't know if it has to do with his injury, which I don't think Dak should have been paid after his injury. I think that if you put the right pieces around him, scratch that. If you get him a better offensive coordinator that will scheme around his strengths, I think he will have a little bit more to show. But until then, because it's Kellen Moore's way or no way, I think that if we continue this way, Dak has reached his ceiling, and we're not going to win anything.
Interesting take. Hey, y'all let us know below. Do you think Dak's reached the ceiling? Come on, Tre Roc. Let me know your thoughts. Has Dak reached his ceiling? Or is this, can he get better than this? Let me know your quick thoughts.
Nah, he reached the ceiling. It's like, but he reached the ceiling where he's still I ain't even gonna disrespect him and say serviceable. He's still Dak Prescott is still like a top 10, top 15 quarterback in a year. He always starts the seasons off looking like he's trending towards elite, and then he dropped back down a couple notches. So I feel like he reached this ceiling to where he could get this Cowboys football team, to be honest. He had we can't make no excuses for Dak. He had everything around him. Everything around him. He had two running backs that could go off any day. 3 wide receivers that could start on any team. I know they lost Gallup, but Cedric Wilson wasn't a heavy drop-off. Dude was balling. Offensive line was up and down. It happens sometimes. But as for a ceiling type thing, I don't see Dak Prescott elevating no more. I feel like he's going to either drop or he's going to stay in that same range. So, no, I think he reached the ceiling, to be honest.
Interesting take. Yeah, I got to agree with the whole three in the panel today. I do think Dak has reached that ceiling. And the reason why I say that is because right now Dak has the best talent around him that the Dallas Cowboys have put together. We can't sit here and say he ain't got no wide receivers. He's got all of that. He's got running backs. I suppose we got a dominant offensive line. All the resources are there for Dak to achieve if he was going to do anything. But honestly, again, and I know this was a comeback year for Dak, so there's a possibility, there's some slim hope that maybe that ceiling hasn't been reached. But things that I saw this year, again, with the pressure situation, I haven't seen it since, Dak is now a veteran. He's been with the Dallas Cowboys for quite some time. If he hasn't, I don't think accomplished really a whole bunch of nothing at this point beyond some high glory stats, my opinion, Dak has reached that ceiling. But again, Dak's still writing his story, so it ain't completely the end. But in my opinion, it looked like all three of us kind of got a similar opinion. I think we've seen the best that Dak can do with the talent that he has. So, again, the story is still being written, everybody. But Dallas fans, y'all are invested in this man. 70, what is it? Or no, wait, 75 million. How much y'all paying this year? Was it 40 plus million?
This year? This year he got paid 75 mil. After that, After that, next year it's 34.5 mil.
Oh my God.
The year after that, him off. The next year after that, it's 45.5 mil. And then the year after that, it's 48.5 mil. And then 2025, he's at 14.5 mil. So
I can't say this. Dak Prescott, the best hustler I ever seen.
Yeah, I know.
Besides Sam Bradford.
Look,
I'm gonna say 1A and 1B.
I'm gonna say I know Sid ain't listening. I know he left, but this is how so far disconnected he is, because he's made comments in the chat and while he was here about the Cowboys that he's just so far disconnected. He was talking about Mike McCarthy, that people were talking about him being gone next year. Stephen Jones already said he's coming back. Absolutely. He's coming back, right? That's what now I know they can say one thing and do another, but that's what was said. Okay. Another thing is that he said in the comments that Jerry Jones is pissed and he's going to make big moves. With what money? We are $13.5 million in the hole going into next year. Unless you restructure contracts, which I know is going to happen to give us a little bit of money, but still, you are $13 million in the hole. How are you going to make big moves?
Sure, Howie Roseman made it work.
Yeah, because let's face it, the cap is a myth. It's not real.
I agree.
It ain't real. Real quick, Trey, let's go ask the same question. Jalen Hurts. Do you think, have we seen the best of what Jalen Hurts is going to be? I know a lot of the fan base, they think Jalen's trash. This ain't it. He ain't going to be nothing but a glorified running back. Has Jalen Hurts reached his ceiling?
It's hard to say. Me watching Jalen Hurts over the years, because I've been watching dude since high school. So, high school, he looked like the same player. College, same player. And this year, he kind of looked like the same player. So, it all depends. He got a little bit longer of a leash than Dak when it comes to the ceiling thing, because we didn't see quarterbacks like Hurts come in the league and change, they whole way of play. So, I trust in him. I hope this not a ceiling. But I can't really give you a definitive answer because, at a certain point, dudes are going to be who they are. You can show them, you could try to coach it out of them, but at the end of the day, some dudes are gonna be who they are. So, like you said, Jalen Hurts is still writing his story, but as for right now, I can't really answer the question because, you usually sometimes you improve from high school, college, stuff like that, but he just still looks like the same quarterback to me. So. It looks like this is going to be who he is, but I'm not going to breach his ceiling. So, it's to be determined for me.
Hey, facts. And I'm going to get my take real quick. And, salute to my guy, Richie MC. He says a 23-year-old has not reached his ceiling. Come on, man. Hey, listen here. I'm going to tell you like this, Richie. There's some quarterbacks that you know exactly who they are once they come out that year. So, listen, it's possible Jalen Hurts might not be better than what we are seeing right now. So it's possible. But at the same time, I'm going to argue that also. I'm in your corner. I do think that, listen, this was his first year after, having and operating this offense in an NFL situation. I do think that he's got room to continue growing. So, no, I don't think that he's reached his ceiling yet. I think he can work on some of the things such as his reads and, getting the ball out quicker and things like that. But at the same time, yes, I understand what you're saying. We've seen the leadership ability. We've seen the flashes of talent. And I think if we get a quarterback coach up in here that can help develop some of that, Jalen Hurts will continue to get better. So it is a matter of time. We can't really put that judgment on Jalen Hurts, whether he's reached the ceiling or not. Because, again, this is only his first true year of evaluation at the quarterback position. So, or in the National Football League at least. So again, we feel that's undetermined, but I don't believe that Jalen's reached his ceiling, and I think he'll be a better quarterback come next year. So, hey, look, fellas, real quick, last thing before we jump up out of here, who's got more pressure? Let me gonna pull this up from y'all real quick here. Who's got the most pressure to perform next year, Dak or Jalen? Y'all let us know y'all's thoughts in the comments below also. Hey, let's hear from you boys for life. Who got the most pressure to perform next year? They both got high expectations. So let me know what your thoughts is, boys for life.
Who's fighting for a job next year? Is it Dak or is it Jalen? I mean, Dak's got paid. He's going to be our quarterback for the next 3 to 4 years. I mean, I just read you how much he's getting paid. Dak has no pressure. He can lose every game next season and still be our quarterback the following year. He's still getting paid for. I mean, the amount of dead money that it would be to cut him is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So to me, Jalen Hurts has all the pressure because if he doesn't perform well, if he doesn't do better than what he did this year, and I mean stat-wise, not so much winning you games, but stat-wise, being able to, not leave y'all with questions at the end of most of his games. If he doesn't do that to where his numbers are better, where his throwing accuracy is better, his arm gets better, I think at the end of next year, that's it with the experiment on Jalen Hurts.
Interesting. Okay. I like that. So my man says Jalen Hurts got the most pressure. Who you got on that, Tre Roc? Is it Dak or is it Jalen or is it Dak Prescott?
I gotta agree. It's Jalen because, like Boys for Life said, Dak Prescott got paid already. So he got paid already. He's not going nowhere for a while. Jalen Hurts is still trying to prove that he can be our starting quarterback. And I don't think it's front office pressure or nothing like that. It's more of the fans. It's like, you know our leash on quarterbacks. I mean, so we could get up, Jalen could get up there and say whatever he want to say in the press conferences and stuff like that to kind of make people feel good. But we looking at your play on the field. So, I mean, and there's a lot of dudes after this year, after we just did all this talking and stuff like that, you can see it in the comments. They don't even want him here. They don't want him here. They want to go after somebody else. So he got immense pressure on him right now because he's fighting for a contract. He's fighting for another contract in the NFL. You're going to be, because I feel like if it don't work here, it's going to be one of those situations where Jalen going to be one of those career backups that's going to come in, probably get you a couple wins when your starting quarterback get hurt or something like that. But he's going to be holding the clipboard, so he has to succeed here. He has to succeed here, or this might be his last shot. So I feel like the pressure is more on Jalen than Dak is, because Dak, going on his 7th year, Dak got a what? How long is his contract, Boys for Life?
It's a 4-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in his 7th year. So he got another 4 years. He could excuse my language, he could fuck around the next 4 years. He's still gonna get paid. It don't matter. Dak Prescott could come out here and look like pure garbage. He's still gonna get paid. They can't get out that contract. So
we're stuck, and I guarantee you we can fuck around and go 8-8 or 8-9. I don't know if we're gonna keep the 17 games. We're gonna have losing records the next because look, our window closes after next year. It closes after next year. That is it.
But that's when everybody gonna start getting paid and shit. Everyone's
already getting paid. That's why we are under the. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence, $30 million next year. It's like 29 and some change. Zeke is at 18 mil or 19 mil, something like that. Cooper's at 22 mil. Dak's at 34 million and a half. I mean, everyone's getting paid already, but I think after this year, I think we can walk away from the Amari Cooper deal after this year. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're stuck where we're at. We're in that cap hell again because we got all our big names getting paid. Getting paid. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's going to be another year of bullshit unless things really turn around with the philosophy and the culture there with the Cowboys because let's face it, we have a losing culture. We have a baby you culture type of deal. It's you wear the Dallas Cowboys star, so automatically you're great. You've done nothing to be great, but put a star on your helmet. So we're gonna make you think that you're great, and then we're gonna put it in front of all the whole fan base to make them think that you're great, and we're gonna put you out there, even if they're complete dog shit. And it's just getting like 1980 said, it's just time to fight back and stop watching these games, stop buying the jerseys, stop showing up to games, because that's the only way that we're gonna get through to this ownership. That is it.
Hey, great take on that, my man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. And what question did I have here? Hold up. Let me put my question back up here. Because I think I asked who got the most pressure for next year. Okay, is it Dak or Jalen? Look, I'm gonna say Dak. The reason why I say Dak is because, again, I mean, this man is a veteran. Like you said, he's been in the league for over 7 years. This man is now getting paid like a franchise, one of the top paid quarterbacks in the league. This man has to deliver something. And like you're saying, it's either next year or it's not going to happen. Jalen Hurts is still in his second year contract, still trying to prove himself. So honestly, I think that even if he has a sorry year next year, yeah, we're going to bring in another quarterback to try to develop and all of that. But Jalen Hurts will still be on this roster somewhere. If there's a coach that can find a way to get through with Jalen, I mean, yeah, they probably going to be in for a pleasant surprise, or I believe that's going to help out their team. So I honestly think the more pressure is going to be on Dak this coming year. He has to deliver for Dallas, especially the exit that was made, during the playoffs. Oh yeah, you got to come back. You got to redeem yourself. Definitely, again, I just see it that way. Dak has more pressure just because. Jalen, I mean, we already know he also has to show this team next year that he can be the franchise. But again, he'll be in his third year next year. This ain't the expectations is at least show that you're a competent QB. So again, I think Jalen Hurts will get that done. But that bringing it home to the Super Bowl, the Lombardi NFC Championship, whatever those expectations are, I just think that's a lot of pressure to be putting on Dak. And I do think he's going to feel it next year. So. Hey, regardless, again,
I think, let me say something real quick though, Notion. I think it's different because Dallas fans are a little bit more lenient on Dak. You get me? It's like they seen what Dak did over these years. Even though he haven't won them a playoff game or nothing like that, he put up great stats every year. He put up great stats every year, touchdowns. He make his receivers look good. Or the receivers make him look good. It don't matter, but he's putting up numbers though. And plus, I mean, like I said, it's two different fan bases. It's like, we way more impatient than Dallas. It's still like we just seen two Dallas fans arguing on the camera just not too long ago. One defended Dak and one getting on him. But it was all love though. This is serious. What just happened the last week? You go on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. They is dogging this kid out. Like he ain't just take us to the playoffs. It's like, so next year, it's not going to be no room for error for this dude. It ain't going to be no room for error. So, I mean, I feel like it got to be Jalen, man. It got to be Jalen. Because Dak Prescott, people going to love Dak Prescott or hate him. But, I mean, this fan base right here, they brutal. They brutal in Philly.
You already know. You already know. Hey, listen, we appreciate everybody for swinging through this thing today. Again, as y'all can see, a lot of passionate fans on the Dallas side, passionate fans on the Eagles side. Both teams just want to find a recipe to win. So we got to see how it all shakes off in the offseason. So, again, hey, listen, whether you had high hopes and, expectations for your team, hopefully some of those things have been tampered. Hey, even with the Eagle fans, again, yeah, some of y'all, including myself, had high aspirations and coming into this year. I'm gonna have to go into the offseason and reevaluate some things. Same thing with the Dallas fans. Hey, another year, another crack at it. But same time, fellas, again, I just appreciate all y'all sliding through today. My guy, Boys for Life. One Tre Roc, my guy slid through this thing. Dallas Cowboys fan 1980. It was a fun show. Appreciate all the love. Hey, I'm sorry for my microphone again. I know I sound like it's all out of whack. I'm gonna get that fixed hopefully this week. So hey, next live stream we should be good. Gang, y'all yourselves a safe and fantastic day. Again, hold up. Before we get out of here, let them know where to find y'all at, my guys. And y'all let me know if y'all new to today rides. Y'all keep and subscribe. Y'all know how we coming with it. Hey, one Tre Roc, let them know where to find you, bro.
I mean, y'all can find me in the cave, man. You already know. You ever want to collab, hit me up. Instagram, Twitter, or just pull up to the channel. I mean, I could talk about any kind of football. It don't got to be Dallas Eagles. We could be talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, I just love football. But, I mean, you can find me on the BGN Sports Network. I mean, 1/4 of Birds of Broad Street. 1/2 of Birds on the Line, man. And then I just do my own thing, too. So, I mean, it ain't nothing but a bunch of, great content creators in this circle, man. So if you ever want to hit us up, hit us up. But y'all said, it's your boy, Tre Roc. I'm out of here.
Yes, sir, boys for life.
Well, you can find me on here, trolling the Eagles. It's what I do. Also giving good football content and my opinion. Remember, my channel is opinionated. It's not based on facts. It's on my feelings and what I see with this team. So you can find me on here at Boys for Life. Also on Twitter, Boys for Life 04. Go on and hit me up if you ever want to do a collab or anything. Like I said, I'm here to troll, but I'm also here when it's time to speak on truth. I'm very unbiased on what I see, and I let it be known.
Hey, facts again. Appreciate you for coming through. It's all respect. It's all love. It's all NFC East tough love. Somebody gotta, do something. So again, appreciate everybody swinging through. As always, fly Eagles fly. And until next time, y'all know what it is.
Go keep the notion.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know.